Welcome back, everybody. Time for Game 2, IG versus CIS. CIS not doing too well in game number 1. Black's team was a Black Invoker. He's played some good Invoker games as of late, but unfortunately this was not CIS's day, was not their game. And this is a team who has taken upsets in the past. They beat Newbie 2-0 in the WPC. They also took a game off of DK recently with a Black Pudge. Not in the WPC, but in another tournament in the ECL. So it's a team capable of upsets, but so far against IG, not going so well. But guys, game 2, we're going to hop ourselves in the draft, see what CIS can come up with, because right now they're back against the wall in this 2-game series. One more game to see if they can snatch together a win. And for CIS, like, after beating Newbie, their actual standings is not too bad in WPC. Unfortunately, they also they've had some other losses in WPC, including to a team called Arenda, who you wouldn't expect them to necessarily lose to, which is what's going to hurt their record, because only 6 of the 12 teams from the Eastern Group stage advance to the playoffs, and that's where every game is actually very important for these teams. But we'll see what CIS can do here in game number 2. IG playing over on the dire side this time. I've gone for a Ferrari 430 Invoker, I believe. I mean, there's a chance this is Luo playing it. He does play the safe lane farming Invoker every now and then, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to be the plan here out of IG. For CIS, Ancient Apparition plus Lifestealer, so probably the mini Lifestealer, the carry play for CIS, and I want to see some more Ayo Mirana. This guy plays a absolutely beastly Mirana, which I think they need to be thinking about pulling out here. The problem is they've got an AA as their first support, so AA plus Mirana, not a great support duo. Generally with a Mirana, you need another setup, or at least a more kind of, I guess, just stable, kind of like either a good, I mean, like a Vengeful Spirit or Rubik type support here, or Shadow Demon to go with it. But AA Mirana is still powerful in the sense you've got great right-click potential with the Chilling Touch. Mirana does synergize nicely there. It's just you could be hitting those big arrows, and with a Lifestealer Mirana AA trial, and you kind of can, because you've got the open wounds maybe to set up the arrow, but we'll see. We'll see. Still plenty of time to see what the two teams want to do here. OD even being banned out by IG. That's interesting to note. For CIS, well, and they see the Sand King Invoker. Maybe once again we see Kyoju playing the Sand King. Faith, guys, not playing for IG. That's the big news story here. He played for them yesterday in the, whatchamacallit, in the WVW tournament. Apparently, according to some source on Reddit, which is not a source in itself, but apparently there is going to be maybe some turmoil in the Chinese Dota scene with Faith jumping ship to join Newbie. Nothing really confirmed there yet. Nothing official from either of the teams, but there is talk and speculation that Faith is joining Newbie. If he was to join Newbie, I mean, the expectation would be either replacing King J or Banana, one of the two support players there. That would be a scary, scary team. But who knows what's going on there. IG not playing with Faith is all I can say right now, and as to the reasons why, it seems like it may be because of roster roster changes in the works. So IG for now, I think this is their manager standing in. It's one of the things, a lot of these Chinese teams have managers who are actually all pretty talented at Dota, because when they do need to stand in for their teams, like in situations like this, teams aren't allowed to use like stand-ins from other teams, so they have to grab like a manager or someone from their organization to stand in. Which is where, hey, having a manager who's actually not too bad at Dota, like we saw Kyoju, he was not too bad himself. And that helps a lot for these teams. So IG managing to take game 1 despite the stand-in factor. And we'll see what's going to be happening here. Game number 2 coming up in just a second. As IG, you can see YYF there. I wonder if there is like roster shuffles for IG, like that's all going to be stressing them out a lot, but they didn't show it in game 1. Especially with TI4 coming up, you never know what's going to be happening there. If you lose a key player or two, like your chances of getting those invites suddenly become a whole lot less likely. I mean, for IG, they've had fantastic results over the last, like, 6 months or so, I'd say. Like, they got 2nd place, and the Chinese qualified for Star Ladder. They finished 4th at Star Ladder. That, to me, is really respectable. If you finished 4th place in a tournament, a global LAN tournament that had all the best teams in the world, what teams were missing from Star Ladder? I can't think of a single team that didn't have a chance to qualify for Star Ladder. I mean, there are teams like, okay, Cloud9 Fnatic were missing, but that's because they didn't qualify. They had a chance to qualify in the Europe division. Every team in, okay, the only teams that were missing from Star Ladder were the SEA teams. Like, there was no Titan, there was no Scythe, there was no SEA qualifier, but there was qualifiers for China, for Europe, for America, and for South Korea. So there was no teams missing, and IG get 4th place. Like, if you're looking at Star Ladder as a mini international, that basically says IG at that time were the 4th best team in the world. Like, I don't think you can safely say right now they're the 4th best team in the world, but that's what the Star Ladder results kind of imply. So for IG, they were before the roster change were pretty much guaranteed a TI invite, and even after roster change, I'd still say it's very likely they get invited to TI depending on who they replace Faith with, if Faith is leaving the team. Because they've just done so well over the last 6 months. I mean, finishing 4th at Star Ladder, 2nd in the Chinese qualifier for Star Ladder. It's really I mean, that's a fantastic result. Unfortunately, it sounds like they're going to have some roster problems regardless, with maybe Newbie buying out some of their players. Who knows what the reason was if Faith is joining Newbie. And there's also nothing confirmed. Maybe he's not joining Newbie. I don't want to spoil something that is actually happening, but we'll see what's going to be coming out here. Let's just talk Game 2. Let's talk IG versus CIS. And IG with a Mirana Clockwork as their 3rd and 4th pick. So looks like they may be going for possibly a Lure Mirana. He plays quite a bit of Mirana pretty well. But it could also be, I mean, you can put Sol in mid Mirana if you want the Invoker in the safe lane, depending on how you want to lane things, depending on what kind of a matchup you're expecting. If it's a hero that you're worried about Invoker going up against, or if you're fearing that he may be getting ganked out a bit, that's where you send someone like Mirana there, who has that leap to escape. But the other option is run Mirana support. Sanking Mirana support, get another actual farming core hero. But we'll see what the plan's going to be. IG leading one game, took game 1 with such ease. And game 2 now coming up. And I like their draft so far. YYF played a really solid Clockwork game in game 1. And I think Mag showed at Star Ladder just how powerful Clockwork still is. A lot of teams have just been giving Clockwork the shaft, not picking him as much. But Mag, he is right now the best Clockwork player out there, I would say. And a lot of people will be saying, oh, what about Bulba? But Bulba's not been playing that much Clockwork. I mean, you go back to the TI3 times, and yeah, I'd put him up there. But right now it's Mag from Empire playing the most Clockwork, and Clockwork, I think, to the highest level. He knows all the little tricks which you need to know in the offlane. Not just the dire side where you cogs push the creeps into the trees. You can do. There's also a spot you can do on the Radiant side. I was talking to Baseskip yesterday about it, and he's like, yeah, I watched the replays, I did some testing, and you can do it on the Radiant side as well. You have to tango through one of the trees, and then you use the cogs, but you can use that same trick that the Dire Clockworks often do on the Radiant side as well, and that's something Mag was doing at Star Ladder. So it's something which I think you can do on the Radiant side as well, and does make it very, very annoying to deal with Clockwork, because you're guaranteed level 2. You do that trick, your creep wave pushes to your tower, and you get level 2 regardless. There's no way to prevent that. And that's really the power of it, because Clockwork, if you get zoned out at level 1 and don't get level 2 until 4 or 5 minutes in the game, the hero becomes very ineffective and not so much useless, but it's kind of getting near that point because of how slow you hit level 2. You need that fast level 2, because once you hit level 2, the supports kind of harass you, because you've got both cogs and battery assault in theory, which means if like a single support tries to trade hits with you, you just go on them and try to go for a kill with battery assault. At level 1, you can't do that, because level 1, you generally go cogs for the just defensive capabilities it gives you in lane. You can't really go battery assault, and if you can never get level 2 early, you've got no ability to trade hits with supports, because you've only got the cogs, and when you well, you can use cogs to kind of try and harass them a bit, but you haven't got the battery assault there. But we'll see a TA last pick for IG, so Ferrari 430 TA maybe. Is this going to be a Luo Invoker then? This puts Mirana onto a support with yeah, a solo mid TA safe lane farming Invoker, I would say, is my best bet, but who knows what it's going to be. We'll have to wait and see. It's CIS now. The last pick coming up for them, and well, they've gone for a Doom as what looks, well, I was about to say their safe lane farmer, but with the Lifesteal there, with the Slark pick now, they've got a 3 melee core hero draft. Slark, Doom, Lifestealer. We'll see how they look to lane this. You could offensive challenge with a Lifestealer, although Lion AA, not the most aggressive, powerful support duo. But it's up against an Invoker Sanking Mirana. And Invoker doesn't have for a whole lot at the early levels. It needs at least level 2 before he even has a spell. And even then, it's just maybe a Cold Snap, which is actually not too bad in a Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane. Then you've got the Doom, who maybe is going to be more I think Doom more likely the off-laner with the Lifestealer farming in the safe lane. But we'll see what it's going to be as we get ourselves into this last draft. As I think I was just spoiling some picks for you guys. Sorry about that on the stream. I always forget. No spoilerinos on the hero picks. But we'll see Chuan picking up the Mirana. So a Chuan support Mirana. This is going to be Kyuju once again playing the support Sanking. Ferrari 430 TA. It's been a while since I've seen a Ferrari 430 TA, but looking forward to it. And we'll hop ourselves into the game in just a second here. It's our Game 2 CIS losing Game 1 and hoping for Game 2 to go a bit better for them. I think I prefer the IG draft. Like, you've got CIS right off the bat. The first thing that stands out is they've got 3 melee core heroes. Doom, Slark, as well as Lifestealer. They can get kited around, and TA's pretty good against tanky melee heroes because you've got so much minus armor to bring them down. So that's why I think TA is a good pick against this draft. Mirana can kite pretty well. This is support Mirana as well, so it's unlikely we see Dooms going down on the Mirana. So Mirana's always going to be shooting arrows from afar, and all these melee heroes in the front have to be very watchful. If Slark or Doom or whoever it may be gets hit up by a long arrow, they're as good as dead. And Mirana's got the leap for extra kiting. Clockwork Cogs is good against these melee heroes. I definitely favor the IG draft here in game 2. As we'll introduce our 2 teams. So in game number 2, it is going to be CIS playing on the Radiant side. We've got Mini, the carry player, on the lifesteal. We've got Ancient Apparition being played by AO. Black going to be generally your solo mid player on the Slark. We'll see if he actually ends up heading mid. Demons as support on the Lion with his fancy little Voldemort cape. And then finally, the Doombringer. He's got a nice little set. Ooh, mythical helmet. Genuine Crown of Gore. It's pretty beastly. Check out this helmet, man. That's some good detail. Let's ship it. Doesn't look as gory as I'd expect. Like it's a Crown of Gore, but it's oh, it's the H. Is this the HY set? Okay. He's got the HY set. I see how it is. Benedict HY Limb Pro gear. Ah, the free to play set. And now over on the Dire side, we've got Invictus Gaming, got Ferrari 430 playing the solo mid TA. He's got some nice cosmetics. Picked up on his TA. Clockwork YYF doing his job to disrupt the creep wave at bottom lane. And then top lane, we've got Z Luo on the Invoker. Sagking being played by QOju once again, and Chuan going to be playing a support Mirana. So we'll see how this Doom does in the offlane. Right off the bat, trading blows with Luo's getting the best of this one. Doom, you got 0 armor, bro. You can't fight Exalt Invoker. He hits hard. And Invoker, sure, he takes a bit of damage, but... and doesn't have actually much regen, but Doom's even worse position here. Does have a couple Tangos being pulled. Arrow going to go flying through, but Inflame either spots it out or just happen to be walking the right direction. Good attempt from Chuan. Does have to get himself through this creep wave, but this creep wave seems to be pushing out. There's a big Radiant creep wave, which means he's going to not see creeps for a while in Inflame after this. We'll see how long he can stay in this lane. Does hit level 2 now, but once this creep wave pushes up, he's going to struggle to do too much in this lane, I feel. Mirana Arrow, not the best set. They do need the Sanking to come in as well, but Sanking, he's stacked this and gone for a pull. A bit of an awkward time to pull. Normally when you have a big creep wave pushing, you don't want to go for a pull, because this makes it hard for Lua to last hit, and just, he doesn't want to be tanking too much damage on the tower. You can see there, he misses the last hit. We'll get this one, but he's taking lots of damage here, really low, because he had to tank under the tower. So he's not going to be too thrilled about this, which is where you probably wanted to save that pull for later on. You pull generally when the lane's pushing out, because then you're denying XP and farm. Like, sure, this XP and farm gets denied, but Luo, man, he's not happy right now. He's got Quas, though, so he's going to get level 2 Quas as well. Doesn't even go for the Invoke, just because he needed the HP regen in this lane. And normally you don't say you need the HP regen against an offlane Doom, but you do right now. Oh, wow, yeah, sneaky little spot he's found. He's got Cogs here. There is a level 1 Hex. Hex level 1, generally the standard build nowadays. Invis Rune, Lion going for the deny. He's not going to get it, though. YYF just managed to pick it up, and he may go back into this jungle. The 2-minute pull not there. I think they just didn't kill it off in time, so... does this Dire Ward block the pull? Haven't been keeping an eye if they've been using pulls or not. We'll see in just a second. My guess is no. I think it's like the box only goes out to like here. But I'm not entirely sure. They've smoked up mid. And with Hex, with Chilling Touch, definitely a potential kill. Lion not level 2, so there's no Impale, but the Impale level 1 are very short.
Dire's bottom tower
not insignificant, so it's still a 1 second stun with a bit of damage. Like, it's worth maybe trying to get your Lion level 2 before this, but they really want Ferrari. Ferrari, though, his position on the bottom, he's just so... like, he knows that this smoke can come in. I'm wondering, I think this ward may have spotted it. Maybe this actually spotted the smoke, because he's positioning himself as if he knows these heroes are smoked. He's not even going for last hits. He knows they've smoked up, or at least he knows that 100% they're missing. And he has a pretty good idea they're smoked up trying to kill him. But now, I think they got spotted top lane. He's like, okay, it's safe. I can go back to contesting this lane. Misses a couple CS, but hey, better keep yourself safe than go down there. Top lane, it looks like they want to go on Luo. Luo's cold snap, the arrow going to come in. It's going to hit the Doom. No! It does. Okay, Doom's stunned up. That's a 5-second arrow. He's stunned up for a long time. Luo goes in the Ghost Walk, but they've got detection from the Sentry Ward. Gets out of range. Luo, not going to be your first blood. It's going to be that little Demon's Lion who goes down, and Luo's still slowing. The Ghost Walk slow. Not going to be able to keep up with him. Unfortunately, he's even slower. He's on 200 movement speed. As Mirana gets a double kill. Mirana actually finishing off the Ancient Apparition as well. Won't be able to kill off Inflame. He's got boots. He's a bit too tanky, but nice retaliation. IG get a 2-for-0 trade at top. Big plays coming in from the IG supports there. And Luo just outplaying The enemy team under the tower. Well, that's the manager Dodo in action. IG. Oh! Arrow onto Inflame. There's a leap forward. This gives you extra attack speed as well. And Inflame going to go down. The Cold Snap helping things out. Chuan Dota, killing spree. 4 minutes in, Chuan with 3 kills to his name. Well, he's back to playing support, but he's back to carrying. He couldn't carry on the Luna yesterday, but he says, look, man, I carry better when I'm playing support. And he does just that. Chuan Dota. This guy still has it. And I mean, a lot of people have been criticizing Luo, saying, look, Chuan's like the star of this team, but Luo's been playing well this game. He's 17-8 CS on the Invoker. He baited them in at the top lane. Stayed alive as well. He really pushed his hero to the limit there, staying alive. I would say he's been playing... I think Invoker's one of his better heroes. Like, sure, he's the carry player for the team, but he's one of those flexible, strategic kind of players, and I think Invoker really suits his playstyle. Arrow going to miss at the mid lane. Doesn't find Black. Did look like Clockwork took a lot of damage bot lane. He managed to get himself back out, heal himself back up, but... Doom now, level 4. Decent levels on this Doom. As a Devour in a second, may use it just on one of these creeps here. But he's given up a lot to this top lane Invoker and Mirana. Mirana with 3 kills. Speaking of Mirana, where have we gone, Chuan? Picks up a Bastering, a TP. Some more wards for the team as well, and looks like he'll just drop the sentry on the tower and be on his way. While we're back towards bottom, he's at level 5, so 2 battery, 2 rocket flare. The mixed build, so it's not the max battery assault by level 7, but it's also not the arrow TK, like let's max rocket flare by level 7 build. We'll have either three in one of the spells and then a max out, then a point in the hook shot.
Do it with flare.
Rocket flare going to come in, scouts out this pull, so he knows exactly where the AA is. And this is not going to be respawning in time for the 6-minute spawn. Mid laner, they've gone in the TA. Ferrari in some trouble here. Arrow going to come in. Demons almost walks into it. Not quite. Ferrari's still alive for now. The Hex is there as well. Leap forward. Ferrari going to end up going down. Black popping the ultimate to make sure of it. That was very close in the end. TA could have almost got out of the sentry ward range and then used a meld, but he got Hex up, got locked down, and in the end brought down as well. So nicely played from CIS. A much needed kill for them. They get themselves on the board, and it's Black also getting the kill. Slarka hero very capable of snowballing. For IG, Chuan's like, sweet, you're dead. I'll take this mid lane for a bit. Get a couple creeps. And he'll get himself up to level 4 now, so 2 points in the arrow. When you're playing Mirana like Chuan is, you max that arrow by level 7. It's more cost-effective damage as far as the mana cost is concerned. It's not AoE, but if you're hitting those arrows, it's a lot of damage output. Drops a nice little observer, gets some vision across into this mid lane. Not fully, like doesn't see the line just here, but gets a bit onto, slightly onto the high ground. I think normally you want to try to see this ward more like here, but I think he was worried about being spotted playing the ward. And there's also this Radiant Sentry ward, which scouts not quite onto the high ground, so he could have put it safely on here. But if he gets spotted playing the ward here, it's an easy D ward. Playing over here was just a little bit safer as far as making sure it doesn't get D-warded. And I think right now it's more important just to get that little bit less vision and not have it D-warded. Chuan leaps away from a pounce, and gotta be careful as a Mirana. You can't actually leap out of pounce if you do get hit, so that can be a nice hero to deal with Mirana in some sense. But it is a support Mirana, so I feel like this Mirana is never going to be too much fighting in the front lines. But Slarka hero known for me how to just sneak on past the tanky frontliners and go for the squishy supports. And Mirana's looking like one of the squishy ones, because Sand King has Burrow Strike, Sandstorm. Not the easiest hero to necessarily kill in a fight. Oh, this Doom's so close to level 6. Is he going to be brought down? There's a Cold Snap, there's a Burrow Strike. Arrow should follow with a Sunstrike. That's a dead Doombringer. Easy pickings for IG. They get the 1-2-3 combo. Nothing CIS can do about that one. They even had 2 heroes backing them up. Well, not even backing. They weren't really backing them up was the problem. They were not anywhere near that lane. And even if they move further forward, like Lifestealer, maybe your best bet is you try and tank the arrow using the Rage. And you can turn it around, but Doom didn't have level 6. He was so close to level 6 as well. I think they were waiting for Doom to hit level 6. And once Doom hit level 6, they would have tried to fight it. Clockwork gets the kill bottom lane. That's the Ancient Apparition. I think, oh, yeah, it looks like a hookshot was used, but there's an Infest Bomb top. Inflame just trying to leech XP, get level 6. Problem is, he's going to reveal the fact that he's smoked. There's your... No, there's no Doom. He's not level 6. He didn't get it. He thought he'd get level 6 off the creep, but it got split 3 ways. With the lifesteal with the lion there, doesn't work. They back off IG. They only see 2 heroes. They maybe would have normally you maybe see a team engage there, but Lifestealer's missing off the map, and there's a Sentry plopped down in the lane. That's not going to do anything, and Doom only now hits level 6. How long does the Lifestealer wait? Does he stay in this one, or does he come out? He has got ulti now. Unfortunately, he was thinking, like, when he ran forward earlier with the Scorched Earth, he thought he was going to hit level 6. And that's where IG back off. They see that Scorched Earth running. They know CIS are trying to get kills. And if CIS are coming in on them, it's because they have numbers. They only see 2 heroes, but they assume maybe Slark's rotating, maybe Lifesteal's rotating. They know something's up when Doom is running forward with Scorched Earth. Because he's not going to do that. Because they knew there was... CIS knew there's 3 IG heroes top. So they're not going to run in with just 2 heroes who can't fight into 3 when IG have revealed the fact they have 3 heroes top. So they knew there was some more backup there, and now actually Inflame, maybe the bait's going to be wear off. Maybe this patience is going to come into play. Arrow going to go flying through, hits the Doom. There's a Sunstrike to follow. Need to split this damage. It looks like it does get split. Quan now in trouble. He gets doomed up. Possibly deny. Nope, not going to happen. Lifesteal just killing him off too fast. Gets the kill. Clockwork is a hook shot. That's going to catch out Inflame. The Cog's going to miss though. YYF not quite on point. One more Rocket Flare will catch the line. He's bottling up. He's actually getting the bottle share from the Doombringer. This will save him from a Rocket Flare, which should be flying out in just a second. Nope, not going to use his Magic Stick charges, and looks like a unsuccessful rotation from YYF. He hit the hook shot, but he hit the hook on the Doom, and he's like, oh, I want to get this Lion, though. And he missed both of them with the Cogs. I think he just got too greedy trying to get both. He could have just straight up killed the Doombringer. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going to bring down Mini. That's a dead Lifestealer as well. That's not a hero you want to see going down. IG bringing numbers. This time YYF delivering the goods. And he is once again going for this Vanguard build. He likes on his Clockwork, and yeah, it's a solid item to get right off the bat. If your team doesn't need that mech, I mean, in theory, every team can do with a mech, but we'll see the Vanguard up first. And I'd normally say you want to go Arcane mech, but Vanguard helps the Clockwork himself a lot against the Lifestealer, because if you're cogging yourself in and Lifestealer just rages and fights you, you take a lot of damage. The mech can come after, the mech can come later. And there's not that much AoE damage that you need a mech for. It's not like you're up against a team with a lot of AoE nuke spam. In fact, there's literally nothing. Like AA Ice Blast, but you're not meching through that anyways. So there's really very little AoE damage from CIS, which is where the mech is actually not that essential this game compared to some. Ferrari has gone for the Midas on his TA, and picking up some treads with his bottle, as well as his Midas. So he's had this Midas for at least a couple of minutes. I think that was maybe his second Midas used, would be my guess. Second or third. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been tracking his progress all too much this game. But he's top of the CS chart. I believe he's our highest net worth, just behind the Invoker. Invoker getting a few kills, getting the top T1 tower as well. So tower goes down in IG's favor. Let's see what Black's plan is going to be. He's up to 1100 gold. Boots, earn wand. He wants to get ganking. When you go for this earn build, you need to be getting active on the map and making plays happen. He gets scattered by the Observer Ward. He should know this, because whenever you don't have that movement speed from your ulti... Oh, what? What? Oh, in play. You gotta rethink that one. You have no gap closer. If you don't have any blink initiation, Slark was out of range for a pounce. You can't be using that Doom like that. You only go for that if you've got a gap breaker. And that's their lineup doesn't have that. Until they've got Lion with a Blink Dagger. Like, Lifestealer with max open wounds maybe is okay because he's got phase, but he's not even going drums or Sand and Yasha, so he's not getting that much movement speed. Oh dear. That's a wasted Doom, and IG know this, so they can now spend the next minute and a half being a lot more aggressive if they want to. Or just 1 minute now. So it is a short cooldown. Well, relatively short, I'd say. Arrow going to go through. Slark nearby. He was hiding in the trees. Black has not been spotted here just yet, but don't think we're going to see too much follow-up coming on through. Mid lane tier 1 tower going to be the goal right now for CIS. They're going to have a mech soon of their own going for one on the Doom, and definitely a mech worthwhile for CIS. Up against the Sand King and Invoker alone. I mean, Sand King alone is worth getting the mech against, but then you've got the Invoker who's going to be going Exort, so we'll see Chaos Meteors coming into play later. Clockwork Rocket Flare doing some AoE magic damage. It's one of those spells you don't think of doing that much damage, but that's a 200 damage AoE nuke. Mirana Starstorm, like, it's a mech is a nice pickup for CIS. Whereas IG don't need a mech. And whenever I see a game where I look at a team and think they don't need a mech, I think there's something wrong with the other team's draft bet. Like, you should always be, your team should always be thinking we need a mech this game. Otherwise, this draft just doesn't have much reliable damage. Like, they have no way to secure kills. Like, you doom someone and unless Lifesteal is actually like locked on them with an open wounds and his rage on, and Slark's hit a pounce, you're not getting killed. Like their killing power is purely single target focus fire. They've got no good crowd control. They've got no good kind of team fight presence coming out, apart from like an AA Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. But even that, I wouldn't even consider that reliable in a team fight. Unless you're on the other side of the map, it's not going to be hitting that many heroes in the AoE.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sanking now, up to his Blink Dagger, and he's hit level 8, so this is a good timing for the Blink. He gets his, I think, just got his first point in Epicenter there. I didn't see what build he goes for, but he hasn't had a chance to use Epicenter just yet. Often you don't get Epicenter at level 6 anymore, with this no Arcane Boots play that is so common now for Sanking. So, level 8, and
Nice try.
looking pretty good here on the Sanking. It's just going to be problematic for CIS. They've got Rage on Lifesteal, they're going to have the mech soon, but this is just a... It's not so much about the Sanking alone, it's about the big picture where you've got a farmed up TA, a farmed up Invoker, who's got 4-star treads and probably going to see a Necrobook coming out soon. You've got a Clockwork with Vanguard, like all of IG heroes are farmed. The support Sanking with a Blink, and then Mirana. Mirana's kind of your 5-position support, but Chuan's got 4 and 1. He's got Boots, Wand, and a Bassering, which doesn't sound like much, but this is 15 minutes in for a hard support. Not often do you see Mirana as a hard support. Normally Mirana's more like that 4-position support, and you'll actually give Mirana some space to get like a phase drums, maybe a bottle, whatever it may be. But this is 5-position Mirana, giving space for Sanking to get his Blink up. Maybe now Chuan goes for some items while Sanking gets the wards, but I think Sanking can benefit from a 4-star, from Magic Wand, from Arcane Boots. I think Chuan just keeps playing that 5-position role, and yeah, he picks up sentries, drops them down mid lane. Realizing Radiant Ward is actually not on their side, but it's over on the other one. I'll see across. Has complete vision of Luo now. Luo on that Invoker, 1900 gold. He is just farming ridiculously well. This net worth for TA and Invoker, a good 1k over the Slark and Lifesteal. That's a big cause for concern for CIS. Not that they know they should be worried about it, but they should be able to tell this game's not going too well in the early game. Slark goes for an earn and has not been in any kills for his team. And this is a much-needed smoke kill. They're going to go for a... They've got the mech on the Doom. They're going to go for maybe a Doom kill on what looks to be Ferrari at top. Finger of Death is online for them. Bottom lane, meanwhile, hookshot out coming from the Clockwork. The AI Plus will follow him. Arrow. Ooh, that was so close to AO. And looks like top lane, though, Ferrari may think he's safe because he saw the aggression bottom and he's thinking, okay, what's going to come my way? Here's Lion. He's got sentries as well. Blinks out. He picked up a Blink Dagger. He's going to survive this one. Lion can't catch... Oh, the pounce! It doesn't hit. It was invis. The Sentry Ward comes too late. Now there's a Sanking. Epicenter doesn't get the Burrow Strike off. He gets doomed up. QOju. Oh, dear. He was just a little bit too far away when he went in with that one, but now TA knows there's no Doom, and he's going to go in. He's brought down the line. He wants the Doombringer as well, and I think he can get it. There's another Meld attack in just a second. There's a TP out attempted, and this will be successful. A lot of bonus armor from the mech, and not enough damage output coming in. Meanwhile, mid lane. Lifestealer infested into a Forward Spirit just to heal himself up. I think it was actually getting a bit low. He's finished off an armlet to go with his phase boot. Not the best play by Sanking, but this is not a regular play for this IG team. This is who I believe their manager. So, can't be too worried. Can't be holding them too much. As far as mid lane's concerned, we've got IG pressing tier 1s now with the double Forward Spirits on Luo. He's going to pick up an ultimate ult, so we're not going to see the Necrobook build. A bit surprised. I think the Necrobooks, like, against these melee heroes especially. I mean, Lifesteal can rage and kill them, but, like, Doom, Slark, small mana pools. That's where Necrobooks are especially strong against these small mana pool heroes. Combine that with the Cogs mana burn as well, and there's a lot of just general annoying stuff to deal with for CIS. But he wants to go for what looks to be a Hex. Maybe even a Linken's against Doom. Linken's always a viable choice. Through the main jungle goes Twine. He's trying to plop down a ward, and he will do so. He scouts out 3 heroes immediately. He pings him. Ice Blast going to check out Roshan, but nothing going on there. I really like this kind of warding that you see from Twine. Planting wards from the other side of trees is really difficult. Like, you don't notice that if you're CIS. That just goes completely undetected, and he plants a ward on top of 3 heroes, and then he's like, oh shit, this is a bad place to be. TP's out. He's going to be just fine.
And it's off.
Really nice play from Tuan. He's got great map coverage for his team. He's going back for the Starstorm, so he didn't max the arrow by level 7. 3 in the Starstorm will probably get a 4th point at level 8, and his Moonlight Shadow coming up in 10 seconds. We'll see if he looks to make a play with this. Game 1 going IG's way, and Game 2 looking really good. They're up 7 kills to 3. It's a 4K gold lead for them as well. And CIS, well, this lifesteal is decently farmed with Phase Armlet, but without the proper infest bomb target, like you can go into Slack with a Pounce, you can go into Doom with a Blink. Doom with a Blink dagger is going to be maybe their best bet, because they need someone for lifesteal to infest. Especially when you don't go for the the Phase, Drums, Sanj, and Yasha build. Like with Drums and Sanj and Yasha, you've got the movement speed to initiate with, but he doesn't have that. Arrow going to go through after Burrow Strike, really nicely executed from IG. They killed the lifestealer, and that's a hero who should not be going down. You think lifestealer, you think hard to kill, Magic Community. Nope, not when you hit a Blink Burrow. Well, I don't even know if he blinked. Yeah, I think he just straight up Burrow Striked into an arrow there. And Tier 1 tower bottom possibly going to be open for taking now. CIS could rotate in, and I think that's something they may consider here. Throw an Ice Blast, TP in your Doom, your Lifestealer.
Is under attack.
But they need to come in soon, and Sanking's position really well in the trees. I don't know if he got spotted blinking in here or not. Barn moves forward, going to nuke down this wave, and he's now getting some even more farm for himself. Up to 1200 gold. Slack with a Shadow Blade. So with the Shadow Blade Slack, you'd think they'd go for some kills. Lure mid lane has been initiated on Ice Blast is there. They made in the finger. They'll use the finger. That's a dead lure, but they have to use absolutely everything. They'll lose the line in return, so IG get a 1-for-1 trade, although it is a much more bigger kill, the Invoker going down. But they get the Tier 1 bottom tower. So to me, that's an even trade, or maybe very slightly IG favored. But I'd say it's about an even trade. The Invoker's a pretty big kill, but getting the Tier 1 bottom tower, well worth it. Now the question is, can IG even defend this mid tower? They're going to see Slack coming from behind here. The Shadow Blade wants to go on YYF, but with the Vanguard, he's fairly tanky, but doesn't look like he's tanky enough. Level Death coming as well. Going to hook on Black. Gets brought down here. Kuro shows up a bit too late with a Burrow Strike. He's going for an Epicenter as well. Nothing to cancel. The Cold Feet not going to proc. He gets out of range for it. Now TA's gone in. TA doing a lot of damage. Does get locked down. Ferrari overextending there in the mid lane. Brought down, and that's a Tier 1 tower going down as well. Great initiation from CIS. Black coming in from behind with the Shadow Blade. Starts things off well with the Clockwork. TA goes in as well and just straight up feeds.
Dyer's
This
middle
TA
tower
looking
is
very
under
squishy
attack.
against the Slack. Slack able to just bring down... Uh-oh, he's going to bring down one more. Finds the Sanking as well with the Shadow Blade initiation. That's all of a sudden, he goes from like 0 earn charges to 6. Really nice play from Black, and CIS with a lot of momentum out of nothing. Like, IG were controlling this game, and suddenly CIS pick up a ton of kills. The Shadow Blade timing from the Slack combined with the mech from the Doom, and now there's a Doom with a Blink dagger. We talked about lifesteal having no one to infest into. Well, now you've got the Doom with a Blink. Luo shows himself on the mid lane. He's got a Chaos Meteor, although I don't think he wants to go into this one.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
And that's going to be CIS picking up 2 towers, 3 or 4 key kills as well.
Boom, there it goes.
Invoker, Sanking, TA, and Clockwork. So 4 kills, 3 core heroes going down. I mean, at this point, like, every hero on IG is in some sense a core hero. Like, even their 2 supports, Sanking, Mirana, both can do with farm and are kind of like semi-core heroes. Chuan says, look, we need a mech. I'll get the mech for us. Picks up a Buckler, Headdress. He's only 500 away from this mech as well. He'll have some mana problems, though. The mech costs 150, and you look at Starstorm, Arrow, Moonlight Shadow. He doesn't have any Arcane Boot. Does have 2 of his teammates with Arcane Boot in YYF and the Sanking, Huoju. So, still manageable for IG, but they're not going to be too happy with that fight. Ferrari is going to have a Desolator, though, and he's top of the net worth chance by a big margin right now. I mean, a good 2k, almost 2k ahead of the Slack. Sure, he's got a minus, which is kind of where that 2k gold is, but he's accelerating his farm even further. Forward Spirit's mid. No tower tonight.
Bottom tower is under
More
attack.
tower gold going IG's way, and that's good news for them.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Going to help Chuan get that just that little bit closer to his mech with the tower gold. Ferrari now with the Desolator, so he can insta-kill these support. Even better, he can, well, not insta-kill Roche, but he can kill Roche very safely. CIS, if they aren't already walking towards Roshan before they even start Roshan, they're not going to get here in time. That was like running 100 meters there. Usain Bolt, they kill Roshan in sub 10 seconds. That was impressive stuff from IG. Like, there's nothing you can do about that when you're on the Radiant side. Unless CIS are just constantly around, like, this Roshan pit area, they can't stop Roshan being taken by IG with how fast they kill it. And you just can't afford to be there constantly, because then you're not farming these other lanes, like top lane, mid lane, bottom lane, your own. You want to be farming your jungle as well. Like, you're not being farm efficient if you're trying to contest Roshan. So for CIS, it's not so much bad position, bad play, it's just unavoidable that Roshan goes down for IG. And that's what your TA needs. When TA goes for this glass cannon, blink, deso build, You cannot... You need this Aegis. You need that extra bit of survivability for him. And uh-oh, they've gone in. They found out Black here. They get the chain stun. Burrow strike into an arrow. They bring it down. That's a dead Slark. And with that, I think we may see this tier 2 tower also being taken. Slark does have buyback. Yeah. Not going to matter too much, I don't think. IG with the minus armor from a Desolator. This should be pretty standard tier 2 tower push. There is a blink on the Doom, so he's going to be the one to engage with a Lifesteal, but Lifesteal's farming at the bottom lane. I think Generation Ultimate will go flying through. Plant cops most of that, and he's got his mech now arriving. Oh, Clockwork, he's hooked in. Not going to see much follow-up, though. This backs off now. The Cog's being deployed just to kind of zone out some of these heroes. Blink, Fire Strike on Demon. Sandstorm deployed. TA goes in. Will bring down the line before he can cast the spell. Aaron off the mark, unfortunately. Otherwise, we see more action going down. Meanwhile, In Flames, he's gone in. He hasn't used the Doom, but he's going to be brought down. Doesn't even find the target that he wants to use the Doom when he got chain stunned by a Cold Snap, it looks like. Burrow Strike forward. They found the AA as well with the TA Meld Strike. So much damage from Ferrari. The Desolator pickup just tearing CIS apart. They've got Glyph in 5 seconds, but they may have already lost the tier 3 tower. Then Lion going to buy back. There is no hookshot. Black wants to maybe Shutterblade in. Who's he going to go for? It looks like Lua's going to be the target of choice. The Impale not going to hit him. Finger of Death, it's there, and it's going to bring down Lua. Nicely played from the line. Burrow Strike goes through. Epicenter as well. That's a dead line as well. Now Lifesteal with the Rage going off will infest into a creep. Gets himself out of there. Okay, TA on the run. Doesn't want to just lose the Aegis for nothing. I think this is time for IG to retreat. If they hang around and fight, TA loses Aegis, maybe even dies a second time. Especially with the Doom and the AA respawning now. Doom does have his ultimate still. And it looks like tier 3 tower just kept alive on 57 HP, but it's as good as dead right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ferrari will make himself to the Ancient. He's got 2.6k gold. We'll see what comes next for the IG solo mid player. I don't think this is a particularly necessary BKB game. Lion's mostly going for the Invoker with the Finger of Death, and with good reason. Lion recognizes, like, Black goes in with the Slark Pounce on the Invoker, and he can't kill Invoker alone. He needs that extra burst damage, and the best source is going to be the Finger of Death, maybe even an Ice Blast if they really need it. So TA is going to be thinking, look, I'm not being focused by the Finger of Death. Maybe I get Impaled Hex, but generally speaking, not really going down. I'd almost say you could go for something like a Manta style here on TA. Doesn't have actually inventory space. Oh, well, it can sell his bottle. That's probably your best bet. You want to hold on to this Midas a little bit longer. It's still fairly cost effective. And now Black with a Sanjin Yasha. So Sanjin Yasha on both Lifestealer as well as your Slark. Very rarely do you see even one Sanjin Yasha in a team. I guess with Lifestealer it's fairly common, but we've got 2 Sanjin Yashas on the same team.
Boom, there it goes.
I don't know what the stats are on that, but I would say that's like a 1 in 10,000 kind of scenario for Pro Dota. To have 2 Sanjin Yashas on the same team. Such a rarely bought item to begin with, and 2 on the 1 team is almost unheard of. Well, Black now posturing himself around this mid lane. IG are nearby. They're making their move here. And YYF didn't have to go for the mech, so he's got 4-staff Ghost Scepter. He's got all these nice mid-game items. And 27 minutes in, killing him or even just killing his teammates is going to be tricky. 4 staffs are there. Help out his teammates and keep himself alive with a Ghost Scepter. And Ghost Scepter is such a good way of dealing with this Lifestealer. The only problem is if you get doomed up, and Clockwork is not being doomed up in these fights. They try and deal with Clockwork using the Lifesteal. They say, Doom, you go on the Sand King, the TA, and uh-oh, they put up Black. That's a gem as well. Clockwork takes a second gem for IG, so they've got both gems now, and that means CIS. That's going to be a long cooldown, the gem. I think that was a pretty new pickup. As, yeah, it's on cooldown for 9 minutes. He just bought the gem and instantly loses at Black. Oh man, they just showed him in his booth, and he was looking down like this game's already lost. It looked like, well, not so much already lost, but I think after losing that gem, he looked down and had this facial expression which just said, "Oh shit, we lost." I think that was kind of like a last thing where it's like, come on, we can do this, but they still, I mean, I think it's more like he's disheartened after that. Like, they're not going to tap out right off the bat, but if they lose another team fight, it's going to become Rax's. TA, Blink Meld, it's going to bring down old Doom, just getting destroyed, melted. Ferrari says, we'll see you later. Impale onto TA, and Lion needs to stay as far back as possible. He gets hexed up, and he may just be brought down. Clockwork Rocket Flare, TA goes in and just annihilates him. Rax is exposed, there is no glyph, and this is going to be a melee Rax down. Range Rax should be easy to follow if they want to bring it down, and it doesn't look like they're going to commit to it. They say it's just a range Rax, let's back off, not worth it. The Aegis is expiring on TA soon. And speaking of TA, 6k plus gold. Be careful here, Slack's going in. Ice Blast. Gonna just go chasing past. Ferrari gets tubed up. He wants to die and use this Aegis. He says, please kill me. This Aegis is firing any second now. Ferrari's just gonna hold his ground and fight. This Aegis doesn't have long left on it. Ferrari should go down, will go down. That's good for IG. His Aegis only had like 10 seconds left when he lost it, and now there's going to be a Burrow Strike on Black. He's got no ulti. He can't Shadow Blade out just yet. It looks like there's a gem to see him, and now in goes your Sand King. Epicenter, do-do-do-do-do. There's your GG. They bring down 4. Life's still the only one left standing. And with that, CIS have been 2-0'd by IG in quick fashion. Took him all but like an hour and a half in those 2 games, including the draft, including the wait time. Game 1 was like 25 minutes. Game 2, a 30-minute affair, and easy stuff from IG. They look... they don't actually look that thrilled. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of other stuff going on with the team. Potential roster issues or whatever it may be with Faith not playing on the team. Who knows what's going on, but... You can see there, CIS... Well, this is not the performance they were hoping for. And this is a team who's in the past had some tough matches, but normally you see Black and the team at the end just laughing about, having a bit of fun, knowing that they're not expected to beat top-tier teams, but after tasting some success recently, taking off games off of teams like of DK, like Newbie, they were thinking maybe they could have done a bit better here. And I think the big thing is here for this team is they just didn't play that well. Normally CIS, even when they lose against these top teams, have much better showings. But right now, this game, this 2-game series was IG stomping the hell out of CIS. 2-0, very one-sided stuff, guys. It was good seeing IG play so well, especially with their manager standing in for them without Faith there. And after a lot of speculation about what's happening with IG after Starladder. You finished 4th place at Starladder, one of the biggest tournaments, the biggest tournament so far in 2014, with teams from every region. 4th place, like that's a respectable result, but IG apparently going through some issues, going through some struggles. A good 2-0 win for them. That gives them a nice little boost to their morale, but guys, that does it for our first 2-game series. We've got one more coming up, and it's going to be a good one. DK versus HGT. We've got ZSMJ up against Burning and Co. Some Chinese Dota legends, and mix in Mushi, Ice, and we're going to have a great 2-game series. DK versus Hyper Glory team, that's coming up next, guys. I think I'll be getting Lysandra in on the cast. I see he's messaged me on Skype, so I'll try to get him on for the co-cast. But for now, guys, I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit. You can follow me on Twitter, at BTSGods, on Facebook, facebook.com/BTSGods. If you want updates, you want to follow and support me, give me any feedback. Be sure to check out Beyond the Summit as well on Facebook and Twitter, at Beyond the Summit or Beyond the Summit TV. But for now, guys, we're done. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go grab a bite to eat and catch up on a few things, and when we come back in about 15 minutes' time, 2-game series it's scheduled for 45 minutes' time, but generally these series start a bit earlier when they have fast series. So I think the next series will be starting about 15 minutes, guys. So don't go anywhere. More WPC Dota 2 action coming up soon.